Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a low-cost luxury video where I show you some of the great finds I picked up at either TJ Maxx or Marshall's. So today, also Happy New Year. This is the first video that I'm filming in the new year, so I'm looking forward to 2019. Haven't been filming in a little while, but I'm back on it and will be uploading hopefully more regularly. My goal is to do at least 2 videos a week, so we will see how that goes, and this is going to kick it off. I'm excited because I found 3 great products at TJ Maxx over the weekend, and they are the Too Faced Peach My Cheeks melting powder blush, then the Peach Frost melting powder highlighter, and finally the bronzed peach melting powder bronzer. So I wanted to pick up one of each so that I could see how these formulas applied. It says that it is a cream to powder formula, so in the pan or in the compact it is a creamy formula, and then it's supposed to apply like a powder. So I'm interested to see how these work. They were $10.99 each at TJ Maxx, so I'll just get right into it and start off with the bronzer, and this is in the color Toasted Peach. And when you open up the package, very cute little peach compact, peach shaped. This one is in a nice kind of brown metallic color, and then when you open it up, it has the Too Faced stamp on it with a little peach design. So very cute. And I think first thing I want to do is just feel how this texture is, because I'm interested to know cream to powder formula. Like it says on the back of the package,
says get a bronze peachy glow or add dimension to totally new way with the first of its kind melting powder bronzer. The total sensorial experience begins as soon as the formula is touched. The creamy buttery texture instantly transforms into a lightweight powder once applied. It has a buildable finish that is a soft blendable and leaves you looking, feeling, and smelling like dreamy peaches and cream.
So it says use your fingers or a kabuki brush for best application. Okay, so I just want to feel this right off the bat to see what cream to powder feels like. So it does feel very creamy in the compact, and then when I rub it on my fingers, it does. It feels powdery. It no longer has that kind of wet texture. It feels like it does have a more powdery texture once you rub it on your skin to skin. So let me see. I'm going to try it with my fingers first, and then I will probably blend it out with one of my brushes. I'm going to do a couple swipes. And that does blend in pretty easily. It is well pigmented, as you can see. It's definitely laying down some color, but then it's pretty easy to shear out with just my finger. So on the other side, I think maybe I will use a brush on the other side just to see how a brush kind of blends it in. Maybe because I use less product on this side, but this looks like it's blended a little better than this side, so I'm just going to use the brush on this side too to blend it. So far this is actually pretty nice. I do like the color. It's a nice subtle brown and blends easily onto my skin, not too dark. And I think so far so good with that bronzer. So I'm excited about that. I am happy with it, and it seems like that will be a keeper. It doesn't look like it's settling into my pores, which is good and always my fear with a cream product that I'm applying over foundation. And so this is not settling in. I do like it, and also the smell is really nice. It's the same smell that's in the Too Faced Peach lipsticks, and so having that nice peachy scent is a plus for me. I do like that smell. Next, I'm going to try the Peach My Cheeks Melting Powder Blush. And this is in the color Peach Berry. So kind of a nice deep berry color. So this has a kind of cream colored package with the color of the blush on the leaf and then the same stamp on the product. So I'll use finger on this side and then a brush on the opposite side. So again, my camera got cut off when I was trying to kind of explain the application with the blushes, or with the blush. And what happened was when I was applying the blush, I first did this side with my finger and dipped in and kind of blended it all out with my finger. And then this side, I dipped the brush straight into the compact, and it did pick up quite a bit. At first, I didn't think it was really picking much up. The brush bristles are pink at the tips, so that's why it was hard for me to see how much product I was picking up at first. But you can still see product here on the bristles. So as I applied it, it was really showing bright, bright red. And I just dabbed it a little bit, and then I grabbed another brush to kind of blend that in, and it worked out pretty well. The only thing I started noticing were little dots appearing on my skin where I think some of the cream product is settling into my pores, and also a little bit of like a void area where there's no color, where I can, right here I see that there is pigment on my skin, and then in the middle it looks like it's kind of being erased. So I think I might have been messing around with the cream products too much. I am not that comfortable with cream products. I tend to use powder products. So I'm thinking that might be just an issue with cream products, not to mess with them too much. So I'm gonna leave my blush and bronzer where they are, as they are, see how it wears, and hopefully I'll be able to do a check-in later to let you know how it kind of settled, if it started wiping away or settled even more into my pores. So moving on, I have the Too Faced Peach Frost Melting Powder Highlighter, and it is in the shade Happy Face. And it's a beautiful package, a creamy frosted peach package. And then when you open it up, you can see that pretty light champagne cream colored highlight. So when I dip my finger into the highlight, you can see it's a very light cream color. And then as I apply, again, finger and brush, I like this. It is a very subtle highlighter, kind of a natural glow rather than a big sparkle. So I do like a subtle glow. Let me see if this builds up. It does. It does seem to build up pretty nicely to where I can definitely see that sheen as I turn my head where I applied the highlighter. So let's see how it applies with a brush. Okay, so here is the side applied with a brush, and then here's the side applied with a finger. I definitely see it more noticeable with my finger. I think just I added, or was able to tap in another layer, as opposed to this side. With the brush, I was a little hesitant to really apply a second layer because I didn't want to start wiping away my foundation. I kind of like applying it with my fingers so that I can control how the layer is being applied and more tapping it onto my skin rather than really rubbing it, because I don't want to rub away the foundation that's already there or make kind of a void area like what was happening with the blush. But it is a very light colored highlighter, so probably working best on maybe a more fair skin to maybe medium light skin. I think because it's so subtle, probably it would also work on darker skins because it'll just give a nice light cast on the skin without actually laying down a lot of color. So I think it would actually work for most skin tones. It is, to me, it seems very light, kind of cool on the skin to give a glow rather than a big bright beam of light. So I like that. I think it's very pretty. I like the finger application rather than the brush. So all in all, I would say my favorite thing is probably the highlighter. I think this applied really pretty, very subtle, and goes on nice and sheer but buildable. I am on the fence right now with the blush and the bronzer. I think the bronzer applied really well, and it's a nice color for my skin tone. But then layered with the blush, all of that cream product started wiping away some of my foundation and settling on my pores. Or I think it could be a user's mistake. I just need to work with the products a little bit more to make sure I'm not mixing them around too much and then causing them to completely wipe off. So I will keep playing with them to see how to best apply them and to not cause that kind of wipe away or void area in the future. But definitely, I think this highlighter was the best thing, and the jury is out right now on the bronzer and the blush. I think specifically the blush, because of how it was starting to wipe away my foundation. I will check in later to see how it all wears, and just to see how my skin kind of keeps it on my face through kind of running errands and whatnot that I'm going to be doing throughout the day. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. So this is the end of the night before I take off my makeup and about 2 hours of teaching dance. The blush, surprisingly, is still on my face. I was not expecting for it to still be on after some sweating and working out, but I am pleasantly surprised to say that it has stayed. It is still not my favorite product of the three because of the way it wiped off my foundation, but pretty solid for those that like cream products to give this blush a try. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.